hope you hating get to do the same thing. Success don't suck, what sucks is wondering. 730 days and 32 new grades. That album got me stressed, I tune it like T-Pain. Yeah, I got the keys and they got keychains. They keep taking shots, but they missing, they need aim. Caught the signal like Bruce Wayne. Never had it all, but I built it from loose change. Life is like a white tee, baby, it gets stained. But you better bundle up, cause it's a cold game.
First opened in 1957. Welcome inside what's still one of the great stadiums of the NFL. Legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, home of the Packers. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. Will Reichert will get this one started. Off we go on a snowy night at Lambeau. First carry of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll bring this to about the 34-yard line. Eric Wilson on the tackle.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And nothing doing there. Only back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be an early 3rd down coming up.
I'm not sure if there is anything more enjoyable for a football player than playing a game in the snow. And something for us to keep in mind throughout the rest of the day is typically the advantage is in the favor of the offense. You know where you're going. You know where the cuts are going to come. The defense has to react to you. Can they find a way to take advantage?
From the gun, it's Love. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. This offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
Oh, how about that hit? Wow. He took a pretty good lick at the end of that one. Man who spent his first 7 NFL seasons here in Green Bay, here's Aaron Jones.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
2nd and 10. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
Dropping a catchable ball is one of the worst feelings. It feels like the entire stadium is laughing at you, and all I know is firsthand, you just want to get another opportunity to put that one behind you.
To the air on 3rd down is McCarthy. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Addison that time. And that's going to lead to a 4th down. To return, it's Nixon. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 2. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's going to take this past the 45, but that's good enough for a 1st down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
Love to throw on 1st and 10. The open man is Reed. He's got it. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
Reaching for it, the tight end couldn't bring it in. It's incomplete. Tucker Kraft was the intended receiver there. And it's going to be 3rd down.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
From the gun on 3rd down. That is the Pro Bowl corner, Byron Murphy. And the Vikings are going to get the football at their own 40.
So anytime you're really sensing pass, Mike, the first thing you want to do, flood the field with defensive backs. Good things typically happen. I mean, that's a great call there by the defensive coordinator to counter that play, because no matter where that ball was going, they had someone in the neighborhood who had a shot of making the play and getting them off the field.
On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. He'll find his tight end, Josh Oliver. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. It's a gain of 16, and very quickly, a first down. They'll run with the rookie from Auburn. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
This is pretty impressive from the big guy in the middle, Mike. I mean, typically we see these guys make most of their plays on the interior of the defense. They're big bodies, they're run stuffers. But look at the athleticism here as he's able to get outside the numbers and make the tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 2nd down is McCarthy. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
From the gun, here's McCarthy. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Here's Ryan Wright now. He'll be looking for something a little better than that first effort, which he shanked. Ball security, a must in these conditions. Fair catch called for and taken without issue. On 1st and 10, here's Love. That's to the right side and incomplete. He was trying to connect with Matthew Golden that time. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend. So give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
Running is Jacobs. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 30. 14 on the pickup. First down, Packers.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
Love to throw it on 1st down. That is the Pro Bowl corner, Byron Murphy. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
And these are the throws that are really holding the offense back right now, Mike. He just has to make better decisions because you're not going to win many games when you turn the ball over at this rate.
Throwing here on 1st and 10 is McCarthy. Short pass caught by Oliver.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 4. The shotgun. It's a throw for McCarthy. Open is the tight end, Oliver. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up the first down.
McCarthy now to throw on 1st and 10. He's got the tight end, Tunyon. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Throwing again is McCarthy. Picked off by Edgerrin Cooper. And the Packers are going to take possession here as they get it at their own 4. Quick throw on the RPO is complete. Into space. On his horse. And he will dive into the end zone. 96 yards. Touchdown, Green Bay. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. He's to the 35. And it is a big play to get him out of their own end, all the way up to the 45-yard line.
Well, I'm not sure you're going to find a better example of just pure speed in the open field than that run right there. I mean, when he got past the first wave, you got the sense that he might just be able to outrun everybody on the field.
They'll run with Jacobs. And he'll push forward like a little snowplow. Gain a yard as the snow intensifies.
So these, Mike, are the body blow runs. They're not big gains. They're nothing fancy. But they really set that physical tone for the rest of the game where now a good play caller can use some of these early runs to set up something a little bit bigger down the road.
From the 47 now, they'll work with a 2nd and 7. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. The catch is made. This is Tucker Kraft. And he'll be taken down with the 1st down as time will run out on this opening quarter. We begin quarter number 2. The Packers have the football as they've got it with 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he'll move this ahead for about 4 yards. The big defensive tackle, Javon Hargrave, brings that one to an end. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 5. To throw is Love. And And he wisely hit the deck at the end of that one. No unnecessary shot there. It is a first down.
Mike, this is great awareness by the quarterback manipulating the pocket. He feels the pressure coming on around him, but so often the soft spot is moving up in the pocket. That's exactly what he does. Takes off down the middle of the field, picks up good yardage, and a first down.
1st and 10. On play action, Love. He's got it inside the 5. And he'll take this one in. Romeo Dobbs. Touchdown, Green Bay. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year.
Mike, this is a great example of a wide receiver who just truly understands the concept of spacing. When you're open, stay open. If you're not open, get open. And when you can do that and operate in the middle of the field, man, you are such a weapon and a reliable target for your quarterback. It's a great example of it here. He works to stay open, middle of the field, ball's on target. It's an easy touchdown.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. The return starts from the 5. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. Looking underneath here for Hunter. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
McCarthy to the air on 2nd down. A throw left side, but it's incomplete.
Just doesn't seem to me right now that he's seeing the field very well. I mean, that last possession results in the pick. You'd expect him to come back out here and be a little bit more careful with the ball, find easier completions, find the better matchup. But instead, he puts the ball back in harm's way, and he's lucky that wasn't another interception.
On 3rd and a yard, it's McCarthy. He'll swing this out to Hunter. Trying to get away, but he will not. He's out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. And now it's 4th down.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the 1st down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick 1st down.
And with that run, this back is closing in on almost 100 yards for the game today, Mike. He's had a lot of those good chunk plays. This defense has not had a great answer for him so far.
On 1st down, it's Love. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screenplay still in the back of their head.
Throwing on second down, Love. That's to Kraft, the tight end, downfield. And he's out of bounds. It's a first down for the moment, but it appears it's not going to stay that way. They'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable third down, getting some good yardage on that second down play.
This offensive line continues to be very physical at the point of attack. They've been able to give their backs plenty of room to run. That's why they've already eclipsed the century mark here in the opening half.
And he's going to get there. He got the first down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that first down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
Love to throw on 1st and 10. There's a throw right side. Going to be incomplete.
And I think that's the sign of a quarterback who's learned his lesson. He's already got 2 picks on the day. Certainly doesn't want to throw a third. So good decision. Just throw it away.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Love. And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. That's the linebacker, Blake Cashman.
Look, Mike, the reality here is that he's just not seeing the field the way that he needs to. Now, give credit. A big part of this is the defense doing an excellent job disguising its coverages all game long. Just before the snap, when he thinks he has the answers, the secondary changes the questions, and they've been rewarded with 3 picks for their effort.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
And it looked like that zone coverage had his head a little bit spinning there, Mike. I'm not sure he got a real clear picture of what the defense was giving him, and as a result, he holds the ball a little bit longer than he would have liked, and the defense is able to get home.
On 2nd down, here's McCarthy. Edgerrin Cooper. He gets in for the sack. It took a while, but that is his 1st on the year.
So after picking up some positive yardage on 1st down, they end up going backwards on 2nd. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation, makes them very one-dimensional.
On 3rd and long, here's McCarthy. And this drive is a disaster. He goes down for a 3rd consecutive time. On comes the punter now. As the drive went in the wrong direction, he's on to punt it away. That's taken in at the 50. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. Now Jacobs has some room inside the 30. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. 20-yard pickup there. Good for a Green Bay first down.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. The next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
Here's Jacobs. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
You know, it's easy to sit up here and say, hey, just keep running the ball. They've been efficient, just kind of wear down this defense by 1,000 different paper cuts. But the problem is, it's only contingent upon your ability to keep the score down. So if you want to continue to run the ball this often, they're going to have to look to their defense to play really well.
Second down throw for Love. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Jaden Reed was the intended target. And third down coming up.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on fourth down?
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make.
The field goal unit staying put. They're going to line up and go for this on fourth down. And they'll try it now with Jacobs. And he'll take this down to the 2-yard line, getting the job done on fourth. And now it's first and goal.
This play should always end up converting a fourth down, especially at this distance. But you can't tell me there weren't some nerves on that sideline as they sent that play in to snap it. But fortunately, nothing to worry about. The offense gets it done.
2 yards from 6 points. It is first down and goal. Jacobs will score. Touchdown, Packers.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Extra point by McManus, up and good. And the Packers move out on top, 14-0. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. And he will get down here as he wisely avoids the contact. So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first. And they'll get a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. From the gun, here's McCarthy. This one complete to Oliver. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Now whistles. Timeout. 3 seconds left in this first half. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's McCarthy. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. Well, this snow not abating at all. If anything, might be coming down a little bit harder as we are underway here in the third. Now, here comes a return from the 9. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Here's a run to begin this third quarter, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. Out to his right. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. That defender's bearing down. You really get a good idea what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
Third down and 9. From the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy. And that is incomplete.
And another wasted drive here, Mike, and they start to... up, and coming out of halftime, you would think that they would make some adjustments to try to get some points on the scoreboard, but so far, looks like much of the same.
It'll be a punt coming up for the Vikings. He's on for the 5th time this afternoon. And some nifty running on the return. Picked up some good yardage before he was taken down. So stop it here. We have an injured Viking to tend to. The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. Now give to Jacobs. He'll run right, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Throwing is Love. Over the middle, he fits it into Dobbs. And And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. Love. He's got a man. It's Dobbs. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
On the ground, here's the first carry for Marshawn Lloyd. And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. That's Mekhi Blackman there for the stop. From the 33, here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Here's Love. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete. They'll stop it here. We have an injured Viking to tend to. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Got to get this to the 25. Here's 3rd down. The shotgun. It's Love. And that is incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
McManus and the field goal unit come off. Officially an even 50-yard attempt. And that one just short of the crossbar. Couldn't quite get there. It's no good. And this will stay a 2-possession game. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll begin here on the ground. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Operating out of the gun, it's Brosberg. He's got the tight end, Tunyon. Well, that looked like a pretty clear hold. The gain was 5, but let's check the call. Throwing on 2nd down, Brosberg in trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Xavier McKinney, the Pro Bowler, able to find a path to the quarterback, and he comes up with a sack.
Well, as they face this possible 3 and out following that 2nd down sack, now if you're the quarterback, you've got to be thinking, get the ball out of my hand, find a matchup I like downfield, and try to push this ball past the sticks and keep this drive alive.
He's got this on target to Addison. Wow, a pretty good comeback to say the least. Not enough for a first down, but a really solid pickup. And it brings us to fourth down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
Taken at the 19. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. This drive will begin with a run by Lloyd. And he dances away from one defender on his way. Gain of 7. From the 29. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll run the toss to Jacobs. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Love. And that is incomplete.
And barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single first down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. On play action, it is Brosmer. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
Just simply more of the same, and you're just not going to have a lot of success, Mike, when you're constantly starting drives with 2nd and long, 3rd and long. It's just not a good way to play offense in the NFL, and here we go again.
To the air on 2nd down. Brosmer. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
Brosmer looking to throw here on 3rd and long. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down. And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. On the ground, it's Jacobs. And he fought through one tackle, stayed on his feet, but they get him down. It's no gain.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
On 2nd down, Love. This one not quite on target. Let him too much. That one falls incomplete.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. Jonathan Grenard getting to the quarterback there for his 8th sack of the year. They go play action with Brosmer. This one intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah McDuffie. And he's going to be... down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
Love to throw it on 1st down. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
2nd and 10. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track, because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
Third and 11. So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Here's Love to throw. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. Brandon McManus and the field goal unit come off. This a 31-yard attempt. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Packers stake themselves to a 17-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll run. This is Jordan Mason. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing in and dropping him for a loss.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground. And a big reason they find themselves trailing and another loss of yards.
Looking to throw is Brosmer. Now screen set up for Mason. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? From the gun, it's Brosmer. And that is incomplete.
We had a chance to sit down with the defensive coaches the other day, and we asked them, give us a few key points for today's game. And the first thing out of their mouth, Mike, what was it? It was, we got to get off the field on 3rd down. Well, here we are in the second half, and they've done just that. Right now, this offense has no answers on 3rd down.
Oh, hello! He is stopped in his tracks on that one. They made sure that return was not going any farther. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. A gain of 14. Good for a quick 1st down.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
Once again, it's Jacobs. This time they're ready for him. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 9. On play action, Love. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Trying to connect with Romeo Doubs that time. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And really, it's the interceptions that continue to be a problem, and he's lucky he didn't add to that total. I mean, defender had an opportunity to add another one to the mix, and he just has to do a better job making decisions, finding the open target, and stop forcing bad throws.
From the gun, it's Love. That's to the left side and taken in by Golden. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker. On comes the Packers punting team, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Oh, he landed it at the right spot, just had the wrong spin. He goes into the end zone, touchback. The ball's coming out to the 20-yard line. On the ground is Mason. And he'll be brought down at the, well, your guess is as good as mine. Why don't we just say he gained about 3 yards?
So I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
They'll run. This is Mason. It'll be a punt coming from the Vikings. This will be returned from the other side of midfield, and he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Now it looks like we have an injured Packer player on the field. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. They'll start this on the ground with Lloyd. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
So much of what makes a toss play so good is it allows you to get the ball on the perimeter of the defense really quickly, and it doesn't stress all of your backside blocking. But on the downside, it does get your running back running east and west. They're running sideways for the first couple steps, and for the defense that can run to the ball, they're able to get you down for a loss.
Another run here with Floyd. And this is a slight improvement over the previous play. He's not going to lose yardage, but not gaining any either. It's third down. On third down, here's Lloyd. Forget about it. They're going to lose more yardage there. Good job by the defense, and it's fourth down. Packers set to kick this one away. This returnable for Naylor. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. From the 25, they'll go to work. First and 10. Off the bootleg, Brosmer. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of one.
A little surprising to see them keep the ball on the ground, especially given the situation, Mike. I mean, you're trailing. You haven't had a lot of success running the ball up until this point. They need chunk plays. They need to score, and they need to score fast.
It is third and long. Out of the gun, here is Brosmer. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag comes in. That might make this a first down. Throwing is Brosmer. To the left side here, caught by Addison. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Here comes 2nd and 4. To the air, Rosemer. He'll get this complete. It's Addison again. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Give them 14 on that one. First down, Minnesota.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes. This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
A throw left side, gonna be intercepted. Picked off by Tyron Hopper. The defense still has 3 timeouts. We'll see if they decide to use them here as the offense starts taking a knee. Second and 11. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So, it's a win for the Packers. They get the home victory here in the division in the first of their 2 scheduled matchups. A chance to go for the season sweep on the road later in the season. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Packers are winners as we say so long from legendary Lambeau Field.